Hey BookTube, it's Jackie. How's it going? If you are new to me, it's the first time you're seeing my face. Hello, what's up? My name is Jackie. I sit on my floor and I talk about books. So I hope why you're here because that's what's gonna be happening today. If you're not new to me, thank you for always choosing to tune in and helping support my channel. I really, really do appreciate it. So today for you, I have another collab video. This is thanks to Beccie over at FirstLadyReads, and I'll have her link down below. Last month we did books that made us cry. So for April Showers Brings May Flowers, we decided to do a collab video on books that made me laugh. So these are all books that have made me laugh out loud. So if that sounds interesting to you and you need a good laugh, grab yourself a drink, have yourself a seat, and let's get talking some books. Okay. Like I said, this is a collab with Beccie over at FirstLadyReads and a bunch of other ladies over here on BookTube. I will have them all linked down the down box below. They already uploaded their videos. I'm coming in a little bit late because of family stuff. So I will link the playlist that Beccie created that has all the videos in it as well, so you can go immediately check them out. But if you're not subscribed to any of the ladies that are the collaboration partners in this, please go check them out and subscribe to them. They are all fantastic and I love their content and I think you will too. So, books that made me laugh. I'm a very emotive reader. So I cry, I scream, I say, what the fuck are you thinking? I get pissed off and I laugh. I evoke all of the emotions while I'm reading. But the books I'm about to recommend are books that literally had me rolling, laughing so hard I was crying at points. Whether it's because of the dialogue that was going on, the subject material that was going on, or the fact that the person who wrote the book is just fucking hysterical. Now, before I get into these, I need to preface that I have a very, very dark sense of humor. So the books, some of the books I'm recommending, you're probably like, why did you think this was funny? Because I have a very twisted, dark sense of humor. It's one of the things my husband loves the most about me is because I get his sense of humor. He has one that's dark as mine too. So please be warned that these books made me laugh. They might not make you laugh. They might actually disturb you just a little bit. So the first one though, I hope definitely doesn't disturb you because this woman is hilarious. She's a stand-up comedian by profession, and that is Iliza Schlesinger's Girl Logic, The Genius and the Absurdity. I listened to this on audio, which Iliza Schlesinger actually narrates the audiobook. This thing was fucking hysterical, okay? I felt like I was at one of her live stand-up comedy shows. It was fantastic. Some of the bits in here she does use in her actual stand-up comedy, but this starts from her beginning years all the way up to her where she is now. So it's kind of like a little bit of an autobiography, but it's hilarious. But it's an autobiography based on certain things that a lot of women go through. There was a scene in here that she was talking about going on a date with a guy, and she was about to have a one-night stand, but she starts her period. And she comes out, she's like, dude, I kind of sort of started my period. And he's like, what the fuck do you think I am, 12? And pulls her up to her. Now, that's literally what he says. Her delivery, fucking phenomenal, had me rolling. Because if you've ever seen this woman stand up, she does have a few televised stand-ups on Netflix. You can go check them out. She's hilarious. She has voices going. She has physical comedy going. She is one to watch and have a great time with. And this book on audio, fucking hilarious because she narrates it herself. And it's like talking to a girlfriend. Just the way she delivers things, just the way she talks about some of these funny ass stories that she's been through. Just fucking awesome. I had such a good time with this. This was one of my 5-star reads in 2022. Definitely want to check out. I don't know if it's going to hold as much weight being physically read, but I do definitely recommend the audiobook. It was a great fucking time, for sure. The next one is another audiobook that I listened to. I have never physically read this, but I listened to the audio, and it is narrated by the authors themselves as well. And that is Clanlands by Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish. Whiskey Warfare, the Scottish Adventure like no other. If you are not familiar with who Sam Heughan or Graham McTavish is, Sam Heughan stars as Jamie Fraser in the show Outlander, and Graham McTavish is his uncle McDougal in the show as well. But Graham McTavish you can also see in other things such as Lord of the Rings. He is one of the hobbits in in the Hobbit trilogy. He is in that series. And this is a dual narration with both of them narrating back and forth. So it's not just one guy on a chapter and the other one on the other. They are literally in the same room talking to each other, and the banter between these two is fucking phenomenal. Sam Hewen rips on Graham all the fucking time, and Graham is just this grumpy old man who's set in his ways, who has very expensive tastes, and Sam's just like, yeah, I think he's gonna pay for dinner. I'm just gonna get drunk enough to I forget to pay, and then Graham has to do it. And there's just all these innuendos and these inside jokes between them that they let you in on as the reader, so you get the jokes, and it's such a good time. I don't think this was supposed to be fucking funny, because what this book does is it goes through a lot of the historical moments that you see in Outlander, but going through the historical context. So they go to places that is referenced in Outlander. They talk about actual events that are referenced in Outlander. So it would be beneficial for you to have read Outlander, or at least watch the show before picking up this book. But if you don't, you'll still have a really good time with it. And the banter between these two, like I said, is spot on. It is fucking hilarious. This is the premise for their show that actually they actually end up doing. So during that show, they're writing the sequel to this book, which is also hilarious. But this one is far funnier. Just because they held nothing back. I mean, when I mean Sam rips on Graham, he rips on everything about him. Everything down to his balding head, and his taste in women. I mean, it is just, there's no stone left unturned for comedy in this. And it was such a good time. These two have such a great relationship working and off camera that it's phenomenal. I had such a great time with this. This is another 5-star read for me in 2022. Again, though I listened to it on audio, I did not physically read the book, but the audiobook was so spot on because these two are actually the narrators, and they are the writers of this book. And it's just a good time. Also, you want to get really drunk while you're reading this book, listening to this book, because some of the drinks that they're talking about sound delicious. And I will be perfectly honest, I was slightly intoxicated during some of these chapters because I wanted to see if it was just as funny when I was drunk, and it was better. Just a heads up, it was better. So yeah, this is a great one. If you want a good laugh, and also it doesn't hurt that they both have nice Scottish brogues in your ear, which makes everything better. So yes, this was a great time. The next book that I have is a little bit more on the darker side of the humor, and that is Brutal Prince by Sophie Lark. This is a dark mafia romance, the first installment to the Brutal Birthright series. I read this for the Mafia Romance Readathon last year, and I absolutely adored it. This is 5 stars. We follow Callum Griffin and Aida. Aida is the daughter of an Italian mafioso, and Callum is the eldest son of an Irish mafioso. And Callum's family is throwing a big party that Aida's family, her brothers, all decide to crash, and she has to go to the bathroom. Instead of using the porta potties that they all have set up, because she's like, fuck you, I'm better than that. I'm gonna go use a real goddamn bathroom. Love that bitch, because that's me, okay? That's me. So she goes inside the house and then somehow gets lost and ends up in the library. Oops, she ends up in the library, but then she accidentally almost burns the fucker down. She does not get away with it, but they find out who it was, and Callum decides to go with his family to seek retribution, and retribution is enacted, and it's pretty painful on the youngest brother of Aida's family. And the two mob fathers, instead of going to the mattresses and fighting a war, they're like, fuck this, we're not going to war, some petty fucking squabbles. We are just going to bury this hatchet right now, and Callum and Aida, you two, you're getting fucking hitched. Merry fucking Christmas, have a good one, we'll see you at the altar. And it starts off this fucking romance that starts off as to enemies to lovers, but it turns into this fucking hysterical one-upping on both sides. This is why I prefaced the fact that I have a dark sense of humor, because some of the scenes in this book, they should not be funny. They should not be funny. You should not try to almost kill somebody as payback, but that shit's hysterical. The way Sophie Lark wrote it had me rolling. I was laughing so hard to some of these scenes, I was crying. I was laughing so hard. The strawberry scene and then the retribution for that fucking scene, oh my god, I lost my shit. I lost it, okay? I straight up fucking lost it. The banter between these two is on point. I mean, they meet each other act for act, word for word, jab for jab. And as as these events keep happening, you start seeing the love really start to develop and the dependency and the reliance on each other. Like, they're relying on each other to always act out to their, you know, antagonistic ways. They're expecting each other to always try to one up. So when something dastardly and dangerous happens, they know the other is going to find them, even though you don't think they would, because they've literally tried to kill each other twice. And they've humiliated each other and tried to one up each other and just treat each other like crap. If you know anything about me, one of my favorite things is being turned on and laughing at the same time. It's one reason why I love my husband as much as I do, because he's fucking hilarious. He claims he's the funny one. I personally think I'm the funny one because I give him the ammo. All right, let's just be honest, okay? I'm the ammo and he is the delivery. So I think I'm the funny one, but it's my favorite combination to be turned on and laugh at the same time, to have fun with sexuality and to laugh about it. And the fact that I have a very dark, twisted sense of humor, it is met perfectly in this book. That trifecta is hit. I have the dark humor with the scenarios that I am given. I have got the sexual tension within those dark scenarios, and then I've got the humor element on top of it because I am laughing. So this is like a perfect fucking example of dark humor that is arousing and erotic all the same time. So if you're like me and you have a dark sense of humor and you're not ashamed of it, go pick this one up. You will not regret it. This is 5 stars. It's fucking hilarious. And I plan on continuing with the series. Very much so. I've not completed the rest of the series yet, but this one, oh my God, this lives rent free in my head, especially that retribution scene. I still giggle about that one because it's just so, I shouldn't be laughing at this, but I fucking am, because that was the coolest way to say fuck you. Oh my God, it was great. It was fantastic. Like, there's no other way that Callum could have said a big fuck you to Aida except that way, and it was great. And it was fucking priceless. I loved it. I loved it. It was great. The next book that also kind of tends to that dark sense of humor that I have, and this was my book of the year in 2022, is Empire the Vampire by Jay Kristoff. This is Gabriel De Leon's story. He's the last Silver Saint, and he's giving his story to Dion of kind of how it all went about. He is the last, and vampires are now running the world. Gabriel De Leon is a Silver Saint, which they are like half vampires, so they are designed to eradicate vampires. But through this interview, you get this snarky bastard. Okay, Gabriel De Leon is an asshole. He is a straight up dick, but he's fucking hilarious. He is one of the driest sense of humors I've ever seen in a character, and I fucking ate it up. Also, the trainer at his kind of youth facility, the Silver Saint training facility, that guy, total fucking dick as well, but fucking hilarious. They remind me so much of like that military banter back and forth that only really military people can truly understand. It sounds so degrading and so rude, but to them, they understand the jabs and the quibs and everything that's being thrown at them back and forth, that mudslinging kind of humor, and you definitely see it in this. And also, you have great lines like, fuck my face. Like, seriously, that's his catchphrase. That is Gabriel's catchphrase. He says it multiple times in this because he's just like, the fuck, man. And instead of saying that, he's just like, fuck my face. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? And I was rolling during this. There are so many good one-liners in this story. So much. This thing has romance. It has sex. It has murder. It's got battles. It's got snarky bastard vampires that are sexy and cool and dangerous all at the same fucking time. I had a great fucking time with this book. This thing is fucking amazing. That's why it was my book of the year 2022. This was my favorite book of 2022. And as of right now, the sequel is not out. I think, if I remember correctly, it's supposed to come out in 2024. Fingers crossed, because I need back in this world, because this is only the first part of the story of the interview. This is only the first part. And the banter between Gabriel De Leon and the interviewer, oh my God. Shit had me fucking crying. I was laughing so hard. It was fucking great. It was fantastic. Banter off the fucking charts. And the last book that I recommend for laughing, and this is straight up because I am a child at heart and I'm slightly immature sometimes. That is Jack by Layla Faye. I have a full reading vlog of me reading this, and I'll link it up here. This is a monster erotica. Okay, straight up. This is monster erotica. This is Jack. He is a jack-o'-lantern headed sex god with pumpkin spice flavored cum. All right, straight the fuck up. Like forearm sized dick with ridges, and I can't. How do you not laugh at that? I could not laugh at it. I highly recommend watching that vlog. You can see all of my expressions because it's so out there. It's so crazy that it's fucking hysterical. So if you're looking for a childish, immature laugh, this is it. This whole fucking monster erotica series that Layla Faye has. I have, I think, 2. I also did Mr. Jingle. And I want to say I did another one, but I'm not 100% sure if I did. But I know Beccie actually has a vlog of reading all of the monsters in the series. So you can go, I'll link that video down below for you guys as well. You can go check out her reactions. But yeah, they're one sitting reads. They're fucking uber fast, but goddamn are they fucking funny. They are funny and a good fucking time. They will definitely have you laughing because at heart, if you were a child, you are going to fucking laugh at this book, especially the pumpkin flavored spice. Just, yeah, dog, fuck, pumpkin flavored spice cum, guys. It makes that act more enjoyable. If you don't love that act, you will love it after reading this book. Just saying. If you're a basic bitch, this might be the book for you, just so you know. But those are my recommendations for books that made me laugh. A lot of books made me laugh, but these books in particular had me rolling for majority of the book. So about 75% of the book, I was laughing or smiling because it was humorous enough for me to think this is fucking humorous, even if it shouldn't be. So again, some of these books have a very dark sense of humor, so they might not make you laugh, but they sure as shit made me laugh. So if you've got a dark little black little heart like mine, pick some of these up. You'll have a great fucking time. But that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed my recommendations, and I will see you guys all soon with another video.